What is going on, guys? My name is Katsukara, and in this video I'm going to bring you guys an unboxing of the Fanatec CSL. Now this was also a budget build, believe it or not. I have the Handbrake, but without the Handbrake I would have spent a total of, I believe, $475 or something close to that. That's for the base, the wheel pedals, and then for a shifter it's like an extra 20 bucks for like an old CSR shifter, which I actually have two of right there. It won't focus in, but there's two CSR shifters over there. So that puts this at like literally a $500 build without the e-brake. If you want to throw the e-brake on top, that's another $100. In total for all of this with the shifters, this is about $600, which is pretty budget for a Fanatec setup. The pedals are CSR. They are old, they are plastic, but for $39, couldn't beat it. And I was trying to go for a budget build, and I will upgrade everything eventually. The shifters, I'll go up to the Clubsport shifter, but for now I'm going to be on the CSR and the CSR pedals. So let me go ahead and get to unboxing these out of these, because none of these actually have been opened yet. So I'm going to go ahead and get to that first. Now the first thing we're going to start off with here is the Fanatec Clubsport Handbrake. Now I wanted this because not only it's $99, which really is not too extreme, because you can buy some aftermarket stuff, probably like a DSD or something, for some extreme money. This is pretty cheap, and it's on an axis, an analog axis, so it's got like a curve. It goes from either 0 to 100, and you have a percentage between. Most e-brakes, like your modded ones, are just an on and off switch. So this one actually has some travel with it, which makes it a little bit better for drifting, I think. Go ahead and open this. As you guys can see, got the Fanatec Clubsport Handbrake here. Advanced German gameware. German technology. It's actually a pretty plain box, not a whole lot on it. So let's go ahead and get to opening this up. We have the handbrake. Got all the cables with it. This also comes, does it come with USB? No, it doesn't. RJ12 and whatever this is. I'm a little sick, so excuse me if I sound stuffy. Ooh, this thing's actually quality. And I guess it's in this position. Oh, that takes a lot of force to pull. That's gonna be nice. I'll go ahead and set it here for you guys. All metal. It's got a nice little grip there at the top there. And now I know a lot of people say there's a lot of wiggle with these, so let's test that out real quick. It kind of wiggled back and forth in place, and yeah, it does a little bit. I can see that, but it's not too bad. It's really not going to be noticeable when you're actually drifting it, I don't think. There's that. There's that. Now this will go on this for now until eventually I get a better shifter support. But now we can finally retire this old G920 here, which is actually breaking on me. But I will say one thing, the G920 is quality. It's not the force feedback is breaking, it's the wiring inside. As I'll turn it, you'll see that the light cuts off. Makes that when the light cuts off right there on the LED, all buttons are useless. Force feedback still works. It's just inside the shaft here, there's a wire that turns and just shorts out. Let's get to the next one. Now on to the next one here. This is going to be the CSR pedals. It's not really too, I'm not going to really care too much. It's a pretty cheap part, but for a budget build, you can't really beat $39, so we're going to go ahead and take that off. I'm going to mod these two in the future. For now, they'll stay relatively stock. I'll probably harden them, but let's go ahead and get this. These are the CSR pedals from a long time ago, back when there was the whole Forza CSR steering wheel and everything. These were the bomb back in the day. Here's the Fanatec pedals. This thing focused in. These are the CSR. Now, these are aluminum and plastic. Don't like the fact that they're plastic, but these are actually decent pedals for what they are. You actually have a spring adjustment where you can adjust how much force it takes to apply on these. And these are actually 12-bit resolution. They're 8-bit originally, but plugged into a CSL, they're actually 12-bit resolution, so they're going to be a little bit better than what they used to be. And you know, they actually feel really well for what they are. I actually kind of like the clutch. It's kind of stiff. Gas pedal's easy, pretty stiff, and then pretty stiff. Not too bad, especially for $39. Onward to the CSL and the wheel. Now this is the CSL P1 wheel. I bought these as a bundle, the base and the wheel. And it came with the Assetto Corsa disc for Xbox One, but I don't really care for that. I have Assetto on PC. The game's kind of useless to me, but it was free, so something to do. We're going to go ahead and open this one up. Alrighty, so here is the P1 Fanatec wheel. I actually kind of like what they did with the box. Kind of reminds me of when you buy an Xbox One box with a little handle on top to carry around. So let's go ahead and get to opening this up. Now, I've never had a Fanatec ever. I mean, the most I've ever had is a G920. And excuse me if that sounds very bad. I wanted to do a nice upgrade, but budget-wise. So, starting with these two, which will be the just getting me up there in more of a serious sim racer. The pedals themselves and the shifters will be upgraded in the future, and you know, even in the future I may go to like a Clubsport. I think they just released like the V2.5 or something. I may even go to one of those in the future, but this is something just to start, way better than that, and we'll see how it goes. Let's go ahead and get to opening this up. Now we got some foam and the wheel itself. Let me see if I can clamp my feet around this. Nice little wheel cover, kind of like when you buy rims for your car. They have the nice little wheel covers on them. Now this wheel is a lot bigger than I expected, but it's not as big. I was thinking more like I don't know, felt more like I don't know, I have a 240, so kind of hard to expect something when you have a wheel as massive as stock S13s do. It's so hard to undo with one hand. Hold on. There we go. Knot is undone. Let's toss this to the side here. Ooh. So this is like a rubberized grip, and it feels really well. Look at that wheel. It's heavy too. Very heavy. Honestly, just this wheel feels like it weighs as much as my G920. So the clicky clack, you don't really hear it. It's not a loud click like a G920 or any of the other Logitechs, but it is, you can feel it. Kind of feel it click, unlike the Logitechs. But that rim is much larger in diameter, as you can see there. Very large. Very well made. Beautiful looking. Got the little joystick. All the buttons feel just like what you'd feel in a console. I remember a review on Inside Sim Racing, they did that. Here we have the little quick release-ish thing. It is a beautiful wheel. Alright, next up I'm going to take that out of the shipping box and bring it to the actual block itself, and that's the base. So let's go ahead and get to that. Alright, let's get this focus in. Here's the wheelbase. Now, this is actually pretty heavy for what it is. Like, it is probably about 3 times heavier than my Logitech. Just the base itself. That's not counting the rim. This is very heavy for what it is. It actually takes a little bit of force to scoot across my hardwood flooring in this box. So let's go ahead and get to taking this off. Similar process to the wheel. What does it say? It says straights are for fast cars. Okay. Turns are for, oh wow, I like this. This is kind of cool. Fast drivers. Oh. Fanatec. Or sorry, Fanatec. Everybody calls it Fanatec. I know it's properly announced Fanatec. Okay, here's the power adapter. This, guessing this doesn't have like a power brick. Does it not? Guess not. Or is there a power brick in there? Might be at the bottom down there. Okay. Take all the silicone shit out. Now this wheelbase is heavy, so I'm gonna have to set my camera down to pull this out. Pull this back. Here's the base itself. A little texture on the front's cool, but this is some thick plastic. I was kind of skeptical about the plastic on this, but it's pretty thick and looks really well made. Buttons are kind of clicky, that's good. Shaft is nice and metal. Beautiful wheel. Way better than a Logitech. This thing is really heavy. I'm not a weak person, but it is a heavy wheel. Now in the back you do have 2 shifter ports, pedals, handbrake, and a USB and a power. So that's it. This thing is actually quite nice. I do like the detailing on the side here too with the little wave pattern. Almost thought it was like a carbon fiber pattern, but it's not. There's one nice little like fan. It almost looks like a PC fan in here. I can see it down there. Looks quite nice. This is some thick metal. I mean, this is pretty quality for what it is, for being as cheap as this is. And this is some pretty thick plastic for what. I mean, you feel this plastic, and then you feel like the Logitech plastic, and you can tell this is far superior. Well, let me go ahead and get all this hooked up, and we'll see what we can do.